your turn to...
Oh, is it for me?
Consider yourself fired.
Why are you winking at me?
Consider yourself fired.
Hello, and welcome to the JT and Drew Show. I'm JT.
And I'm Drew.
And we're two nobodies talking about nothing.
Consider yourself fired.
Well, hey, bud. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course.
I'm getting kind of used to this. If you don't stop it, I'll probably keep coming back.
Well, you know, we don't pay you for nothing.
That's what I'm talking. Wait a second. I don't get paid.
Oh, was I supposed to say that?
Which brings me to my next point, because Jesse mentioned spending some of his new money, and I was kind of wondering what he meant by that, and now I think I know.
What were you doing over there? Why were you... Did you tell Drew that you got a paycheck? Well, yes, I did. I was just Cousin Drew. I figured he'd be all right if I told him. I told you not to tell anybody about that. I'm sorry. Well, I guess I'll go over her now and just kind of clean up the office or something. Go, get out.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, yeah, we're going to have to talk about your salary.
Maybe I just need to update my address in the pay system. Maybe that's what the issue is.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll talk to HR.
Hey, have you heard? I was going through YouTube the other day. You know, I was doing my workout, put a playlist on, and it does this thing where, you know, you can play a video, and after a while, it kind of picks up on the trends of music that you listen to.
Yeah.
So it'll play similar music.
Okay.
Maybe artists that it thinks you might like or fit into the genres that you listen to. And I came across these rap battles. And
rap battles?
Yeah, rap battles. And I gotta say, it started off a little rough, but I think they're onto something.
Think so?
Yeah.
Well, who is it?
It's actually JT and Drew from the JT and Drew Show.
Way to plug it in there, bud.
Yes.
Yeah, they're starting to get pretty good.
So I would highly recommend anybody that enjoys this kind of thing, which should be everybody, to go out to YouTube, look up the JT and Drew Show, and
YouTube page.
Take a listen. Affiliate link below.
Yeah. We'll put that in there, and it is in its own playlist. So, yeah. So, if you just want to listen to that, it's right there for you guys.
Do it.
I dare you.
Is that a threat or a promise?
Oh, I don't make threats. Only promises. Oh,
well, sweet. I'm excited about that.
Well, hopefully we can get some more people listening in.
Heck yeah. Best worst case scenario, I'll just start playing it at the office and walk around and ask people, hey, can you pull up YouTube real quick? I'll force them to listen.
Yes. Well, you kind of already did that with somebody today.
I did. I as they would call in the community that we work in, I noticed them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, put them on the spot.
well, sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah, I learned that when I used to go to Mexico, right there when you cross the border, and all these little kids, song that I grew up to, man, all these little kids would run up to you and try to sell you candies or gum or whatnot, put you on the spot. So it's an old sales tactic that I implemented quite well.
It works. So, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's what I'm talking about, mine.
Yeah. So, you know, when I was out in the desert, they used to do that too. When you'd walk up to the local places where the local market, they would run up to you and, I got a good deal for you. Good deal for you.
Hello, good deal, my friend. Good deal.
Yeah. So, it's definitely a tactic that has gotten me
Yeah.
from time to time, and I did at the time. I bought a hookah.
Hey, I bought a hookah.
Yeah, so I bought a. I don't know what they're called. It had like 4
Yep. Little
things on it.
hoses or whatever.
Yeah, hoses, and I bought that, but I left it there, so because that was one of the items you couldn't bring back.
Oh, I brought mine back. I thought, they had some really cool ones on display. Some that lit up, some that, just looked really cool, vintagey, or like, hey, this looks like an artifact or something. I was like, oh, all right, cool. I'll take this back with me. It's a little memento.
Okay, yeah.
Got home, eventually set it up, and it's like, all right, cool. Where's the light on this thing? Yeah, I got one with no light.
Oh, well, look at you.
Yep, like a real noob.
Oh.
Speaking of noobs,
Mm-hmm.
I hear, I won't go into any specifics because I think people will be able to connect the dots. I think our audience is pretty smart.
Yeah, they're very smart.
But I hear that you have a child.
I have 3 of them.
And one of them, well, maybe 2 of them, but one of them, the eldest, is going through that stage in life where the voice changes a little bit and starts feeling a little funny around girls and that kind of thing.
Yeah, we're getting through that stage. It's going through that myself. You always kind of like, what is so funny, but when you hear it, it's like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really gotten sensitive yet, so that's good. I think we kind of I think we kind of got away from being sensitive, so that's good. I'm proud of them for that. But like kids come up and ask like random questions.
Sure.
Yeah. So like when my kids were younger, they would always ask if we were going from here to the Metroplex. They would say, "Well, when are we going to get back to Texas?" That was their thing. And the whole time I'm driving, I'm like, "We've never left Texas. We're staying in Texas. We just got to get from one city to the next city. And there's nothing in between." So
yeah, it's just as a kid, that's a long drive.
Oh yeah, well 3.5 hours. So
yeah,
it's they don't comprehend or they can't grasp the concept of how big a certain state is, especially when we lived up in Missouri, and we would drive 10.5 hours, and we would go from Missouri to Oklahoma down to Texas, and we would hit certain spots along the way. So, but kids come up, ask you crazy questions like what's the sun in the solar system, and so you answer that, the easy stuff, right? Like, hey Dad, what's 2 + 2?
Right.
But we got a really interesting question this evening. I'm not gonna say it, but I am gonna say that it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So if any of our listeners know where I am located, you can come up and ask me, and I'll tell you what the question was. But it was for a good laugh. I could not. So when he asked me the question, I could not stop laughing, and it wasn't one of those laughs where you're like, it was like a high pitch from the gut laugh, like, it was. I was crying. I mean, it was great. I think it's made my whole night so far.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you had told me the question, I was like, okay, they're pranking me right now.
No,
they're just trying to get me.
I was trying to get you into my world of this is what you're gonna have to go through as a parent.
Yep. Those formidable teenage years.
Yeah, and asking. So when we were growing up, my brother and I, he was in middle school, about the same grade that my oldest is in now, and they were in art class or something like that, and the conversation was about condoms. You know, because
Oh, yeah, yeah.
boys talk about everything, right?
Yeah.
So my brother chimed in, and they were having a conversation. My brother chimed in and was like, "Oh yeah, I think my cousin rents those," thinking it was a condo.
Right. That's what, dude, I did the same thing. We would go to Padre for family reunions because we had a lot of family like in Brownsville and Corpus and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we would always, the aunts and uncles would go in together and rent condos. And I remember saying that one time, like, oh, which condom are we staying in? Yep.
Well, I mean, you know, when I was a kid, I thought female down under part was called a Volvo. So, you know, every time I would drive past, I'd be like, Volvo. You know.
Ooh, I said a dirty word.
Yeah, you know.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, we've all done it. We all go through it.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know, and it's
It's
it
funny
makes
to look back on.
Yes, absolutely.
If you remember stuff
Absolutely.
like that.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh man, I remember those days.
As do I, you know. You and I may be in our 30s, but it just seems like it was just last week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
And I mean, we're men, so
well,
I think
you might be.
we're always. Well, yeah, you were born a woman, from what I hear in the rap battle. Affiliate link below. But I think we're always going to find that kind of stuff humorous.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna have to tailor my jokes now, though, because one of your chitlins is a little more sensitive. The other one, as we just said, is kind of stepping into manhood himself.
Yeah.
Kind of got his toes in the water, and you know, they're not babies anymore. So I've got to figure out how I'm gonna tease them, and you know, I can't do the zombie in the backyard thing anymore.
Oh yeah, but that was gold.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was gold. So listen, you know, we're just two nobodies talking about nothing, and this show right here is a great example of what we do. So
Yep.
if you have a topic idea that you want us to give our thoughts or whatnot on, you just let us know. Email us. I know it's in the ending of the show, but it's JT and AN Drew D-Roo, from what I hear in the rap battles, at gmail.com. So I'm so our emails have slowed down a little bit. I'm wondering if people are writing and like AND Drew.
Oh yeah.
So, but be more specific. It's JTANDREW at gmail.com. But the emails that we do get were pretty good, pretty inspiring.
Yeah, I've enjoyed them for sure. I don't know sometimes how to react because I get more fan mail.
Oh,
so I
sure
try not to boast, if that's the right word or the right term to use. But on the inside, I'm kind of like you. I'm just a little girl, giddy.
Oh, yeah. Well, we all get a little giddy every now and again.
Looks
I'm
good.
going to need you to watch your tude.
Saw, dude.
That cracks me up. You know, I'm at that point where in my life, listening to all these younger people, and they're like, "Saw, dude, saw, go get some sush," and I'm like,
"Yeah, let's go to the comm and get some sush for lunch."
And I'm sitting there, and I feel like my dad, where I'm like, "What is that?"
Yeah, no cap.
I used to be cool. Yeah,
that
no
was a
cap.
long time ago, my friend.
Listen, there's a time when you need to pull out and a time when you need to bust, but I feel like I need to pull out.
I'm over here laughing so hard I might bust a nut. Jeez. Oh, man.
No, just don't let it be your left one.
Yeah. Yeah, that, ugh. But, yeah, you're spot on with that. Where we work, a lot of the folks, I mean, they're all adults for the most part.
Legally.
But but they are younger than us, most of them.
Most of
And
them, yes.
just listening to those conversations, man, it's hard to keep up sometimes. I'm sitting there like, okay, it's like listening to my grandma speak Spanish. Okay, I've got to translate this in my head. I've picked up maybe 3 words. Let me see if I can try to figure out what the sentence is and go from there.
Well, so speaking of like your grandma speaking Spanish, when I was one of the last few years of high school, right? So I worked a lot of restaurant jobs. And in restaurant jobs here in Texas, you work with a lot of Mexicans.
Yep.
And so you pick up stuff, right? And so from that point on, like if I was in a store or something, I could understand a conversation. I didn't know how to speak back, but I could understand. Unless it was like, dos papas, like I couldn't say much else. But I could pick
Sure.
up on a conversation. As I get older, I just hang it up. I haven't kept up with it. So I don't know anymore.
Just nod your head and smile.
Yeah, pretty much. Funny, because that's what my mom put on for Facebook was sometimes it's just best to smile and nod your head. And then so I saved that little meme. And then she wrote something else. And so in my comment, I put, it's best just to smile and nod sometimes. And my granddad got on there and was like, you are correct. And I'm like, oh, if you only knew. I have a hard time keeping my opinions to myself, even at 35.
That's not a bad thing, though.
I guess. Sometimes it gets me in trouble, but I guess.
Yeah. I would much rather, and obviously it's just me, my opinion, but I would much rather somebody give me the honest feedback than, sit in the corner and keep quiet or tell me what I want to hear or whatnot.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Well, I mean,
I
except
guess I'll
for when it comes to you,
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just keep
because
agreeing.
nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody. Except for the producers.
Did you guys say I was in the corner? Jesse, is your voice breaking up over there? My bad.
Is Jesse going through puberty?
Kind of sounds like it.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had some tamales in my throat.
Jesse, just smile and nod when you hear us, okay? You don't have to say anything.
Hi. This one time, at band camp,
Jesse, stop it right there.
it was a good joke.
Go somewhere else. Go.
What happened to
Alright.
locking the studio?
What happened to what?
Locking the studio.
The locks are on the outside of the door. We'd be locked in here.
It's safer than locked in here with him.
Do you have the key? I don't have the key to this door.
Can you smell that?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Good Lord.
Good.
Smells like Jandis has been around here.
So, anything come up that you want to talk about? Take the gas mask off.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Breathing was my first mistake. Waking up was my second.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Hey, I'm right there with you. It's usually on Mondays.
Yeah, any day that ends in Y.
Yeah. Have you seen the Three Stooges skit on that?
On the truth?
On that little skit he does. So it's Curly. And if you don't know who the Three Stooges are, I'm showing my age, but it's Curly. He's the fat, bald guy. And he gets put up on a stand for something that's happening in court. And the guy that's going up with the Bible, right, because that's how they used to do it, they go up to you, take your hat off, put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. They go through that skit a little bit. He puts his hat back on. Take the hat off, So eventually when they get through that, he goes, "You number two." Huh? Do you number two? Well, aren't you going to say anything? I can't understand him. He's speaking Pig Latin. And when I was a kid watching that, I was like, I know Pig Latin.
I know Pig Latin. Let me see if I can see what he's saying.
Yeah. That's not Pig Latin. He's just speaking really fast.
Ooh, girdle.
Yeah. So, Three Stooges, hilarious.
Yes.
The movie that came out many years ago was pretty funny. I have to admit, I did like that. I think they hit it pretty solid.
Who,
Larry and Curly.
Which Stooge was your favorite?
Curly was my favorite.
Yep.
But then after that, it was Shemp. So I did like Shemp.
Okay.
So, but, so then it goes, Curly, then Shemp, and then I liked Mo because he was, of course, the ringleader.
Yeah.
And then Larry was last, and I did not like Curly Joe. And I didn't like the other guy after that.
Yeah, I'd say mine were Curly and Mo.
Okay, Curly and Mo. Yeah, those two were good.
I think I can relate to a combination of the two these days.
Yes.
I'm fat and I'm grumpy.
Yeah, but you don't have his haircut.
No, I have been forbade to shave my head bald or do a chili bowl.
Oh, okay. I was about to say Mo didn't have a bald head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mo
I never did a
rock.
chili bowl as a kid or anything. I wasn't white enough, I guess.
I guess not, man. I rocked it all the time until, I guess it was third grade or first grade or something when they told me I couldn't have it because it was gang related. Because I put lightning bolts in mine. Yeah, man.
Oh, wow.
And so my principal came up to me in the cafeteria and was like, "You can't have that. It's gang related." And I looked right at her and said, "What's a gang?" I'm too young.
I play games on the Nintendo.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know anything about a Nintendo. Did we have it at that time? Yeah, we might have had a Nintendo at that time, but I was not playing it. I was outside.
Yeah. Getting holes in your jeans.
Yep, getting holes in my jeans and slapping the neighborhood bully with 2x4s saying, "Get off my property."
Golly.
Oh, yeah.
If you were anything like my brother, you were climbing trees, making fun of me because I was the chubby kid who couldn't climb the tree, falling out of trees, breaking your arm. Yep.
Nope, not breaking. I always knew how to land. And it was not on my feet. It was always on my back.
I think my brother broke his... Well, that explains a lot. I think my brother broke his arm 2 or 3 times, the same arm.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he's got whatever in there now, rods and stuff in there, but
wow,
kid just didn't learn, man. He's keep climbing trees and jumping out of them.
Yeah, see, I never did jump out of them. I usually would climb back down, but sometimes the branches would break and I would fall. And by the time I hit that last branch, I knew how to like swing it real quick so I could land on my back. And then of course you get up and you're like, because you knocked the wind out of your...
Have you ever tried to trim a tree by hand and like be pulling on a branch and having all your body weight on it and then the branch breaking and you fall on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did that in my 30s. Oh, have you ever been digging a hole and you went to go jump on the shovel and it slipped out from under you inside the hole and you landed?
No, but I saw you do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me neither.
Oh, hey, have you ever... This is fun. So I was talking to one of the guys at work today, and this is the true story.
Okay.
And he goes, "Hey, were you in the bathroom earlier?" I was like, it's kind of an odd question.
Yeah.
Said, yeah, I went in there after lunch. He goes, were you laughing? And I was like, yes. Said, I heard someone come in and start blowing it up. And I couldn't keep quiet. I was trying to laugh like with my mouth open, like real. He was like, dude, that was me. He's like, I heard you laughing. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess I wasn't laughing that quiet.
It's an awkward question, but was that when I was in there?
That was when you were in there.
So there was a person that sat right next to me on my right. You were on my lap, and they just went, and I just went, like right after they did it.
Yeah.
And then I made myself chuckle.
I'm sitting there just like, God, don't be heard, like.
No, I did the pretty loud. So.
And then I'm always paranoid, right? I'm like, all right, people are gonna walk in, they're gonna walk past, and when you see a stall and there's that little gap.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
you're like,
they're
don't
just
look
looking
in here.
at me. They're just looking at me.
Oh yeah, like they're just that one eye through the
I
crack.
see you. One of my old coworkers at the ice rink, he had told me a story of him and another coworker. They had done that and popped his eye in there. He's like, "What you doing? Pooping?" Oh man.
Well, I mean, I guess that's better to do that than put a black cat in a can of beans and throw it in a bathroom.
Personal experience?
No, my brother told me this.
Oh, gosh.
So they did it to some guy at their work. It was been years ago. And they opened the door and said, "Happy birthday, mother," Locked the door. The guy's sitting there banging on the door, and all of a sudden you hear the black cat go, BAM! And there's beans everywhere. This guy just falls out of the bathroom going, "I hate every one of you." Or you have your brother train your son to wet paper towels in the bathroom
And throw them.
over the over the stall, and it hits you square in the face.
There's been a couple times where I've been tempted to do that at work. I'm like, oh, JT's in the stall. Let me get him. But then I'm like, oh, shoot. What if that's not JT?
What if those aren't his boots?
Yeah, what if those aren't his boots and I just totally get somebody else? And then I go up to you later, hey, so how was that wet paper towel? And I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, nobody put a paper towel on me.
Yeah. Oh, man. Good times.
Yeah, good times. You can't stop being young, especially on the inside.
Yeah.
You've got to present a nice professional, because you're old and whatnot, but you really can't stop being a kid, because once you do that, you've lost.
Yeah.
Life gets too serious, and you just let everything get to you. But if you can keep being a kid at heart, you've won.
Well, I was talking
from my experience.
I was talking to my neighbor's friend. He's in his 90s now.
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, and I had asked him. I think it was around his birthday, and I was like, oh, kind of joking. I was like, oh, so do you feel any older? And he's like, age is just a number, and it's a state of mind.
Yeah.
And we were talking, from time to time, and he used to ride a motorcycle and telling me how, he wrecked once or twice and flew over the handlebars and had to have hip surgery. And I'm thinking like, oh gosh, man, you probably was riding in his 20s, 30s. But he's like, nah, I was about 75 when this happened. And I'm like, oh my gosh, holy cow.
Why didn't you think about it? That was 20 years ago.
Yeah. But it's just like you said, man, it's obviously there's, you age, your body ages and stuff, but yeah, that doesn't mean you have to become some old fart on the inside as well.
Yeah, keep it young, man. Keep it alive. So even in your 30s, when you wake up out of bed and you're like, I can't move my neck because of my pillow.
That's the worst.
Keep laughing. God, it is the worst. So,
Tell you what, though, I love that CPAP.
Oh, I wish I had one because, golly, I wish I could get some rest at night. You keep talking about how it's really, really nice.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still tired and whatnot, but I can tell a difference when I don't use it and when I do use it.
Yeah, I bet.
You need to get that sleep study done.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yep. But, I mean, I guess if you're talking, you're still breathing, so that's something.
I proved you wrong on that once.
Yeah. I followed the ambulance all the way to the hospital that day.
Man, just waking up in the back of
Whoopsie.
it, I was like, what happened?
So you were down and out on the track.
Yeah. Oh, no, I ate track. That's what we used to call it.
Yep. Yeah, you're the first one that I've had that experience with. Everyone else just like vomits while they run, and I'm still
I've
yelling
done
at
that
them.
before.
Keep running! Don't stop! Don't stop! It's okay. You can puke. Just keep running.
Yep. I puked all over one of my buddy's blues. I felt terrible. Oh yeah, he was running with me in his blues, and I just, oh man, I upchucked right on the track, and he was in the grassy area.
Oh yeah, yep.
Love that guy to death. Now, I think he's still in.
Oh,
Gotta
okay.
call him. Yeah, gotta call him. So,
well, hey man, I know you've got to get going here soon.
yeah. I got that appointment. With my pillow.
Do just when you bend over, only cough once.
To the pillow.
Wait, you said with your pillow.
Yeah. I'm just
Never
gonna
mind.
bite
I was
it.
thinking different appointment.
Oh no.
Yeah, just bite the pillow.
Going in raw.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on my show. Love to have you back another time.
Okay, yeah,
Sure,
it's been
sure.
fun.
And you bring Jesse on here again, and I'll make sure you never come back.
Sounds like a plan. But
I'm kidding, that's not how that
I
works.
can't get him out of here. So you put in the vending machine. So he's never.
Yeah, I can't stay away from that thing.
I love them snacks. They's good.
He's not wrong on that one.
He's not.
They is good. They is good.
So, all right, man. Well, I'll let you go.
All right, brother.
You take care.
Peace.
As always, we'd like to say thank you for stopping by and listening to the podcast.
Yeah, we realized that you could have been doing anything way more productive, but you chose to waste your time with us.
We look forward to talking about absolutely nothing with you next time.
If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please email us at
jtandrewshow@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/jtdrewshow.